Tonight's second quarterfinal will showcase the number 3 seed.
Two teams in the midst of turnaround seasons square off in our second quarterfinal matchup as number 3 seed Chowan takes on the lowest remaining seed in this tournament, the 6th seed Lees-McRae Bobcats. Hi, everybody. Thrilled to have you with us here at Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. John Gross, Matt Stradley. Matt, we saw an epic game in the first quarterfinal. This one should be just as exciting.
It should be just as good. It's going to be a little bit of contrasting styles on the offensive end, but defensively, both these teams like to get after it, like to press the ball. That's the kind of exciting basketball I came this weekend to watch. Yeah,
we will see a lot of exciting basketball throughout the rest of this weekend, and we'll start with this Lees-McRae team. This is a very talented roster, and Nico Ashley is one of the best shot blockers in America.
2.5 per game, and he's just so much fun to watch. Offensively, he's not bad either. 72% field goal percentage, 45% behind the three-point line. How do you like that for a shot stopper?
He is a fantastic player, really good scorer, both sides of the floor as he leads the way for Lees-McRae. Meanwhile, Dalen Askew has been out of this world this season, a first-team all-conference honoree for Chowan.
And that's a record, the first-team all-conference selection in program history. Nearly 20 points per game, 4.2 assists per game. Not only can he score it, he can dish it out. Over 4 rebounds per game. He does everything, doesn't he?
Talented young player, the junior from North Carolina. Third of the conference in points per game as the Hawks and the Bobcats get set to do battle. And this is, like we said, last game was absolutely epic. And, hey, this time of the year, you come to expect all of these games to come down to the wire. Two teams, like you said, both like to press, both play exciting brands of basketball. And both in some impressive seasons. Lees-McRae, 19 wins for the Bobcats, most since the 2017-2018 season. They ended that season by winning the Conference Carolinas tournament. Meanwhile, Chowan, back-to-back winning years for the first time since 2015, 2016. So, Matt, it's been a little while since these two teams were in contention for a conference championship like they are this season.
And they're both programs on the surge. They're moving in the right direction. You're seeing the quality of play pick up. You're seeing their runs deeper into the tournament. I'm excited to see Chowan and Lees-McRae on Friday, and I'm more excited to see one of them on Saturday.
We are underway. Opening tip controls by Lees-McRae at 19-10, 11-7 in conference. Beat North Greenville 79-75 in the previous round to advance to this quarterfinal matchup. Here is TJ Jones. Chowan Jones starts the party, an early triple.
For a team that's known as Dog Mountain, they sure can shoot the three.
35% from deep in the season. Jones, 7th in the conference in three-point percentage this season. Meanwhile, Chowan tied its school record for wins this season. 19 victories for head coach Rob Burke, as Preston Legasic has an open look. He can't buy it, and it's rebounded by Ashley.
This is where Lees-McRae is at their most dangerous on the break, but also this secondary break. Look at Dollar down the lane.
Dollar is fouled. And 2 foul shots coming for Sidney Dollar, one of the great names that we'll have at this tournament.
Absolutely. Lees-McRae came out hot. That's not everything. We saw Francis Marion come out really hot in the first game.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable game. In case you missed it, Francis Marion built an early 16-point lead in the second half. A few minutes in, and then a response by Barton, 24 unanswered points. And then the Bulldogs hung on late to win.
Francis Marion, answered that 24-0 run with a 9-2 run. It was, bonkers all around.
Fantastic game to start off this weekend as Dollar splits on the pair. Early 4-point lead for Lees-McRae. Chowan beat Lees-McRae 92-73. Leads the all-time series 7-4. Here's R.J. Wilson, step back, rims out, offensive rebound for Traore. Legasic, catch and fire. That's short. Tipped around, and a tie-up will keep it here with Chowan.
Lees-McRae on the line, battling for the ball, touched the ball while out of bounds. It'll be Chowan's ball. Chowan getting some good looks, but not able to get him to fall quite yet.
This is a Hawks team that comes into this postseason with maybe more momentum than anybody else. They've won 6 straight games. That includes a ranked win over UNC Pembroke. An epic game in overtime as they took down the Braves on the road. 3 balls short from Jalen Askew, follows his own miss. Askew inside, off the window. That doesn't go, and it heads down to Lees-McRae.
And here comes the press from the Hawks. Lees-McRae ran a 1-2-2 zone press on the Chowan possession. We'll see what Chowan decides to do. It looks like a setup for another 1-2-2 zone press. And Lees-McRae with a ball handler in 3 flat. And here comes Stewart up to give some respite. When you're going against the 1-2-2 zone press, what you want to do is you want to utilize the outsides. Don't get too far outside of where that trap gets sprung, but you have to have 2 options and really stretching out that defense.
Oh, you see the elevation from Nico Ashley. Askew, baseline penetration. Here's Legasic, who's missed a couple of triples already. And a whistle as Wilson is fouled. There is Nico Ashley, and there are a few players in the nation who can rise like Nico can.
Just such a spectacular talent, known as Dunk Mountain, and I think you can see why.
Stays right here with Chowan. He's far from the only electric dunker on this roster. There are a slew of talented high flyers. Sidney Dollar especially. Going to the corner. There is Askew.
Good out-of-bounds play. You have to account for the inbounder. One of the oldest axioms in basketball.
Especially when it's Dalen Askew.
For sure.
Coming off of a 19-point game against UNC Pembroke. Double figures in all but 5 games. On high off the window, Jalen Stewart tucks it home.
Jalen Stewart took something that was difficult, threw it off the glass, made it look easy.
Wilson catching fire, lips off. Ashley, check that Dollar, high points the rebounds.
That's a good closeout by Nico.
Stewart is hacked, and Stewart will shoot 2. Goes against Shek Traore. That's his first, team second. So Jalen Stewart at the free throw line, 54% foul shooter.
And really not a whole lot of bad free throw shooters on this Lees-McRae team. It's the one hole in Stewart's game.
Ooh. An air ball for Stewart. He's all smart. That's all you can do is just lap that off.
Well, especially if you have to take another one right after.
Right.
Yeah, you got to stand with your hand at your hip for a second and be like, listen, man.
And you know what? You use the window if you have to.
And a shrug, because, I mean, hey, yeah, somebody said I heard him call it. Bang.
1 point is 1 point. Off the window, It doesn't matter. You take it. 6-point edge early for Lees-McRae.
Oof.
Good ball movement. Askew from the corner, this time off the rim. Here's Dollar in transition. Jones muscles inside, flip out. Extra swing. Ashley, the triple. Hops off, another chance.
With the speed that Lees-McRae plays, you may describe it as frantic, but it's not. It's reasonably controlled. They're not playing out of control. They're just playing very fast.
Jones doesn't get it to stick. Controlled chaos. That could be a fair way of putting it.
Yeah.
Legasic plows inside. It's an offensive.
This year with the rule change, it's a lot harder to take a charge. I don't care what you make the rule. That one's pretty easy to call.
First against Legasic, team's third. Legasic comes off the floor. Eric Gordon Jr. replaces him. Jeremy Golson on for Lees-McRae as well.
Skylar Davies sets a really, really big point of that 1-2-2 zone. He's very long, very wide.
Very athletic. He's third in the conference in blocks per game. Also third in the conference in three-point percentage. You don't see that combination very often. Here's Chowan from straight on. Off the front iron. Another offensive rebound is maintained by Lees-McRae. Jones. Guarded by Davies. There's Rodney Smith, his first action of the game. Smith from distance. Smith buries it.
The catch kept hedging under the screen, and if you hedge under the screen on a shooter, he's got to shoot.
Lees-McRae 4 of 7 to start this game. Traore has it taken away. Smith pushes, numbers. Florence slays it in.
And Florence got the deflection, got rewarded on the other end for running the length of the court.
Timeout, Rob Burke. 11-point lead for Lees-McRae here in Spartanburg.
Media timeout. Fans welcome to the floor of the Lees-McRae Spirit Squad under the direction of coaches Victoria Bowman, Sally Wimberly, and Madison Beck.
Lightning fast start for Lees-McRae. 14-3 lead. Now to the Rob Burke timeout. Rob Burke, the Conference Carolina's Coach of the Year, has done a masterful job in his third season as Eric Gordon Jr. buries the three-ball.
And a technical. Just too much to say right after the knockdown three. And Chowan needed something to happen for him that was positive, and immediately gave the benefit right back to Lees-McRae. It's a fantastic shot.
Missed free throw. Jeremy Golson misses in the first. Our officiating crew today: Owen Lucky, Kendall Ridley, Justin Bass. Golson 80% from the line.
Oof.
Talk about a friendly roll.
Shooter's roll, they'll call it.
Nine-point lead for Lees-McRae. Interesting that this team, at this point of the season, they've gotten to the quarterfinals, strong start. They don't have any all-conference selections from this season.
They don't. They've got some fantastic performers. And I mean, you got to think that Ashley had to be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
No doubt. You look at him with fourth most blocks last time out in a game. As a tough bucket goes for Sidney Toller.
He went up and under with the right hand on a reverse, but he wasn't reversed. I don't know what just happened.
He is an unreal athlete. As Davies catches and fires, and Ashley High points the rebound. Smith. Here is Sidney Dollar, who coaching staff calls the X Factor. Florence inside. Back out. From the corner. Golson, hands at his face, unfazed.
Askew closed out well. Sometimes the shooter just knocks down a great shot. I mean, I don't know what else you want to ask you to do.
Legasic, the instant answer.
And you knew if you left Legasic open for long enough, he is a shooter. He can knock down that shot, especially a wide open shot.
He hit that game-tying 3 against UNC Pembroke in the regular season finale that forced overtime. And he was on the baseline. Smith turns it over. Check Troyore back on for Chowan. Aaron Ross checks on as well.
It's good defense from Chowan down low. You want to use your legs. You don't want to reach in. You want to get your body over, force them, kind of usher them out over that end line, and that's exactly what Chowan was able to do. It was fantastic footwork on the defense.
Aaron Ross up top to Askew, all-conference player. Holds now the Chowan single-season D2 era points record as he plows inside and has the uncontested lay-in.
There's just no help side defense there to even fake a sort of a dig or a step in.
And it's tossed away. Numbers. Legasic skirts to the basket. Timeout taken by Steve Harden.
Chowan answered. They did what you wanted them to do. Down by a lot, and that's one of those. If you get in the air and you don't know what to do with it, it's already too late. But Legasic, that's not an easy shot. You've got somebody who's closing in. It looks like he's wanting to foul you, make you earn it at the foul line. Pulls out at the last second, but I mean, this has been good from Chowan.
Steve Harden leads the way for Lees-McRae in his 12th season in charge of this program, the winningest coach in program history. But it was interesting speaking with him earlier in the week. He said that, hey, we won this thing in 2018. And this year's team, according to Coach Harden, he said this team reminds me a lot of that team that won it all 6 years ago. And remember, this is the most wins for Lees-McRae since that season.
Chowan on a 7-0 run, which is bonkers because Lees-McRae is still 4 for their last 5 from the floor. It's been getting into a shot. It's been a problem the last 3 possessions.
A lot of the Steve Harden timeout, they're looking to change a couple of things. Still leading by 7. Here's Sidney Dollar, drive and dish. Smith from the corner.
And that drive and dish, as long as the Hawks are going to collapse on that dribble drive, that corner 3 is going to be open.
Askew gets the switch. Tries to float it downside. Dollar got his hand on it, heads the opposite way to Lees-McRae.
Summers went up, just got a fingertip to it, unlucky, as he was just trying to battle for the possession.
And a perfect read by Troyore defensively. Legasic, extra feed now. Summers turned away by Ashley, but it's a goaltend. Count the basket. That man can get up there. That time it is a goaltend. You can still see the high flyer, though.
Still a good block. Yeesh. Get it out. Count it. Get it out.
Rob Burke leads the way for Chowan, the Conference Carolina's Coach of the Year. What a job he's done. From 2 years ago to this year, an 11-game turnaround, and he credited it to development, and more development.
It really is. And this is a Chowan team that's playing with confidence late in the season. You love to see it. You know that the coach has done the right thing as far as building up the team's confidence. And it's great to see that pay off here in the Conference Carolinas tournament. Travel the call. Yeah, that left foot just shuffling as he's trying to dish it off.
Rob Burke, a Chowan alumnus, top 10 in program history in multiple categories. He played for his dad, the late, great Bob Burke, in the late 90s. Actually, a guy who's familiar with this city. He was the head coach at Spartanburg Methodist for 6 seasons. Now leads the way for Chowan. This team down by 8 early. Summers called for the travel.
Back to back, the shuffle as it's on that transition, on that transfer. You got to get the ball down on the ground first. I'm watching Jaquavion Florence play defense. I don't know that laterally there's many people quicker than him.
He's a standout player. The impressive thing is, on the offensive side, he leads this team in scoring as a bench player. Drive and dish, here is Florence. Catch and fire. Off on the 3 ball, high pointed by Summers. Askew, kick out, Legasic for 3.
Like I said, when a shooter sees the ball go in once, that's when they're the most dangerous. Is they're like, aha, found it, there it is. Legasic knocks down his second.
Here's a high-level three-point shooter, the man from the land down under. Dollar to the basket, fouls, and one.
What strength from Dollar through the contact. Look at this take. It's a well-run play. Usually, if you're going to pivot that off shoulder away from the basket, it's a good way to ensure that the ball's not going to get anywhere close to the rim. But Dollar's strength in the air, my goodness.
Jalen Crowder now on. That last foul, the 5th against Chowan. And you talk about Dollar's strength through the contact. He was a star wide receiver in high school. In fact, his brother Cameron is one of the best wide receivers in Charlotte 49er football history. So a guy who certainly does not shy from some physicality on the floor. Traore muscles it up, and too strong. Dollar the rebound.
That was great defensively by Lees-McRae, holding position against, Traore is 6'8", and he's got those wide shoulders that just tell you to get out of his way when he's trying to make that low post move.
Now 6'8" and built. LJ Rogers catching fire. Rogers, his first bucket. Back to a double-digit lead. Wilson, cross-court feed, catch and fire. Ross misses the long ball. Brought in and outletted to Crowder.
Onyeoti's come in, and he's looked solid defensively, and he's setting some fantastic screens on the offensive end.
There is Onyeoti. The Fayetteville, North Carolina native kicks out with 5. Rogers, step back to beat the buzzer. Nearly banked it in. Long rebound to Wilson. Askew, no-look feed, in transition, a lay-in for Aaron Ross.
Boy, Askew did fantastic. Drew the defense right, kicks left, easy bucket for Aaron Ross, and those have been in short supply.
Jones slices, spins, turned away by Legasic. Ross, 1-on-2, takes it himself, no problem.
Ross, too tough contact, gets the bucket. Chowan has pulled it within 6.
This was at one point a 14-point lead for Lees-McRae. Jones. Wraparound feed. Layup missed. Onioni blows the bunny.
It was such a good play, such a good pass in, and needed a bucket.
And Traore in the other end capitalizes. 4-point ball game.
Lees-McRae, I think, waiting for that under 8 timeout to make some big changes.
Dollar inside, can't buy a bucket. Here's Askew. Traverses the lane. Askew bumped. There's the whistle, and Askew will shoot 2 free throws. 28-24. Lees-McRae. Its lead has been whittled down to 4. Free throws after this on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.
Media timeout.
In Conference Carolinas, we work hard to help build champions in body, mind, and soul. We are proud of our tradition, and we are committed to taking it to an even higher level in the years to come. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas and all of our amazing institutions. These two teams locked in a good one in this first half, 28-24. A couple of free throws for Dalen Askew. Not only a first-team all-conference player, but he is a winner in the classroom, a 3.4 GPA for a young man who is a product out of Hertford County High School. Actually played for the same high school coach as his current head coach, Rob Burke, and Charles Simmons. And he has been a star for the Hawks.
Well, he's made it a 2-point game. Lees-McRae's already played 12 players today.
This is a deep team, and that's something that Steve Harden said makes this team special. He feels that guys have really sacrificed minutes and scoring opportunities to utilize this depth, and they will routinely go 5 in, 5 out. Stewart backs in, floater over Davies.
And that's a matchup that they've highlighted. Every time Stewart's been guarded by Davies, Stewart's going to use his strength to get down low.
Davies pops it out of the hands of Gordon.
Looked like a volleyball spike.
That was well executed. Tyson Chandler was always at the best at that, back in the Knicks. Legasic knocked away, stays with Chowan, 2 in the shot clock.
Not a lot you can do with 2 on the shot clock. Maybe 1 pass. You've done enough. Legasic on the pass. It was good defense to read pass on Legasic, taking it to his left. Here it comes.
Legasic
over the top.
in for Ross, layup, too much, rebounded by Stewart. Stewart, well, they lost it. amongst the trees. His layup falls off, ripped down by Traore.
Stewart a bit unlucky. Usually when the hands drop like they do it with Legasic, you're going to get the call.
Legasic short of the triple, loose ball foul underneath. Keeps it here with the Hawks.
What Stewart does better than most is he creates that initial separation when he has the ball in the low post. And as the defender tries to close that space, that's when he makes his second move. Usually gets the call, or at least a little bit of an advantage.
Team foul number 3 against Lees-McRae. Two-possession ball game. The last foul on Stewart, his first. Dump down low, R.J. Wilson. Falls off the iron. Rebound brought in by Florence. Here is Jaquavion Florence. Glides to the basket. All window, no rim. And Askew, as it knocked away in transition by Jones, stays with Chowan.
Oh, smart play. Streaking down the sideline. You thought Eric Gordon Jr. might pick it up.
Stays here with the Hawks. Down by 4 inside the final 6 minutes of the first half of this quarterfinal game. Winner takes on number 2 Emmanuel. Gordon steps into one. Gordon knocks it down.
Right play. If you get your defender off his feet, you can shuffle once to the left, but that's where the help was coming from, so he takes a dribble in. A smart play by a fantastic player.
He's a standout shooter. 3-point marksman at 41% from beyond the arc this season. Forces a lot of those hard closeouts, which results in open jumpers like that. Stewart backs, spins, flips, falls off the rim. Jones offensive rebound. He sticks it back. Legasic floater uncontested.
Those are thanks in large part to the gigantic shoulders of R.J. Wilson, just sealing off an entire side.
Between Wilson and Traore, Chowan, certainly one of the more physical teams on the inside. Askew the interception. Legasic all the way, turned away as he's fouled. Preston Legasic will shoot a pair.
What Legasic does better than most is initiate that contact. He lures a defender into committing early, and then he'll use that to draw contact.
Preston, a native of Queensland, Australia. Previously played in the Australian Second Division, the NBL 1. That is a country that continues to see a rise in high-level basketball, hailing from the land down under.
They also have kangaroos.
They do have kangaroos, and I've heard that you want to stay out of the way from kangaroos.
Yeah, and Australian basketball players. Yeah, both. You just
Andrew Bogut is a pretty scary guy.
Yeah, you observe him in the wild.
That's it. You stay far away.
Right.
I've always been a big Patty Mills fan as well.
I've never eaten there.
Oh, Patty Mills. Well, some moisture on the floor here.
It does sound like a restaurant, does it not?
It absolutely does.
Patty
I could
Mills.
see some good pancakes.
Yeah, fantastic breakfast sausage.
Yes.
At Patty Mills. Sorry. We'll be all right. It's such a close game. And it's runs. It's back, and it's fourth.
This was, at one point, a 14-point lead for Lees-McRae. Chowan has yet to lead, but on the doorstep right here.
What a take.
The drive by Smith. On the inside, Smith hacked, and Smith will shoot two. Rob Burke is not happy. Just took a march all the way down to the end of the bench.
Do you think he has to worry about a step count on like game days?
Walking like that, no. I don't think so. I think for every coach, I would love to see coaches reveal their Fitbit, their heart rate monitor before a game and during a game. Mm-hmm. And Smith knocks down the first. 83% free throw shooter.
You know how they have those ESPN Plus and subscription things that I would pay $2.99 a month to be able to do that for any basketball game I'm watching.
I'm with you. Smith in his first season at Lees-McRae, 6th in the conference in free throw percentage, but a rare miss.
Did you just say jinx, and throw a black cat at him? Is that what you just did?
It's our first of many broadcasters' jinx of this tournament.
Oh, what a take.
Davies hangs, tries to put some English on, gets the own miss. Askew, his three. Left it short. Davies, another rebound.
I didn't think Legasic was going to get to that. He
I'm
did.
with you.
He changed direction quick.
Askew, 5 of the shot clock. Wilson, off the rim for the corner, and a loose ball foul against Nico Ashley.
And it was a shove, and you saw it as it was happening. One hand straight out to the back.
3:42 to go in this first half. Back after this. We are committed in Conference Carolinas to providing our student athletes with an unparalleled championship experience. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com/championships to learn more about all of the 2023-24 Conference Carolinas championships. We are thrilled that you are a part of this tournament. We're so happy to have you with us. John Gross, Matt Stradley. Fun game and a half so far. The first game came down to the wire. Matt, you get the sense that this second game will come down to the final minutes as well. 33-31 the score late in this first half.
And you've seen both teams wrest control from the other. It's another fantastic game, isn't it?
It absolutely is. All you can ask for this time of the year. Legasic open, but doesn't take it.
It was a step beyond where he wanted to be.
Wilson finds Legasic. This time he lets it fly and hits.
And that's his spot. He likes to get the pass. The pass right on point. Step in three, Legasic. That's the first time Chowan's led in a while.
First lead of the game, in fact. 14 points for Legasic. That has already surpassed his season average of 12. And Golson, the instant response.
Golson can knock it down. He's great. Coming off of a screen. Great catch, shot. Here we go.
He's one of the best three-point shooters in Lees-McRae history. Wilson tried to create separation, lost it as Dollar flips it to his teammate. Smith, big step back for three. Too strong. Rebounded by Traore.
R.J. Wilson closing out. That's a big closeout. He can cut space so quickly. It's the right shot in transition. But, man, that's a tough shot over Wilson.
6'7" and long arms. Legasic, big shot fake. Oh, with an no-look feed. What a pass. Askew. This is the triple. Offensive rebound, Askew. Kick out. Legasic's the hot hand. Back to Askew. Penetrates, swatted away by Ashley. And a whistle down low, and it's Lees-McRae basketball.
That was a fantastic block. Now here, yeah, you see the pivot foot move as he gets deep into the paint.
Yeah, there is Ashley. He'll come off. Leads the conference in blocks. You know what his nickname is?
I don't.
The human windshield wiper. We've seen why.
Yeah, I get that.
This guy is an electric swatter.
They sell those on Amazon.
I think that would be a great NIL deal for him.
I think you might be right.
We'll have to talk with him postgame. Get into the windshield business.
We've given him a new nickname. It's
Yes.
the Electric Swatter. And patent pending.
Oh, I love it. Legasic into a double team, knocked away. Bodies at the floor, comes to Askew. An open three. Too strong on the weak side. That's as easy of a tip-in as R.J. Wilson will ever have.
Boy, both coaches are expressing displeasure at times, which tells me that the officials are doing it just about right.
Anioti, his three is in.
It was a good run by Askew to try to disrupt the shot. I mean, that's the second time. Askew's had a fantastic closeout, and the shot's just better.
Inside the final minute of this first half. Chowan has held just one lead, but has battled back from, at one point, a 14-point deficit.
To be fair, that's only Onyeoti's 7th three-pointer of the year.
Not a high-volume three-point shooter, but he hits a big one there. Askew to beat the buzzer, rims out, and it's knocked away by Onyeoti. Stays with Chowan, 13.4-second different shot clock to game clock.
And again, having a player like Wilson down low, who it says 6'7", but let's be honest, he doesn't play like he's 6'7". He plays like he's 6'10".
And this is a big lineup. You look at, they have Davies at 6'7", Wilson 6'7", Traore 6'8", all on the floor.
Wilson's so agile with his feet that you forget that he is 6'7".
Lees-McRae can hold for the final shot.
Never seen a player both play smaller and taller than he is.
That's a great
but he's
point.
too quick to be as tall as he is, but he plays too big to be as tall as he is. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Makes sense.
Thanks.
5 seconds here.
Whoa.
Rogers. Way
Whoa!
downtown! L.J. Rogers! An exclamation point on the first half.
He shot that one from just about the North Carolina line.
Well, they call it Dunk Mountain. But some impressive three-point shooting. 7 of 12 from beyond the arc in the first half as Lees-McRae leads it by 6 at the break. Conference Carolinas is committed to aligning with businesses that share our common values and, like us, strive to attain excellence and virtue in all endeavors. We work hard to make our corporate partnerships a truly beneficial relationship through mutually agreed upon customization that will lead to unparalleled exposure. Learn more about how to become a corporate partner in Conference Carolinas at conferencecarolinas.com/corporate partners. And we would love to thank all of our fantastic corporate partners, including Atlantic Casualty Insurance Company, Audience Rent, Barnes & Noble College, Bob McCloskey Insurance, Buffkin Baker, BuzzU, Cambria Hotel Greenville, Championship Award Guys, Digital Scoreboards, Field Turf Target, Game Day Logistics, Grid, Hometown Ticketing, Hourthon, Huddle, Marriott Spartanburg, McGriff Insurance Services, McMillan Pasden Smith, Plus Inc., Rocket Alumni Solutions, SCS by Floor Action, Sidearm Sports, Southern Recognition LLC, South State Bank, Spry, Team Builder, Ticket Smarter, Toledo Ticket Technologies, and Vernon Graphics and Promotions. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com/corporate partners to learn more about Conference Carolinas' fantastic corporate partners. Close one at the break, 42-36. Lees-McRae leads Chowan. Stick with us. It's the 2024 Conference Carolinas Basketball Championships on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. (42-36), the score at the break. Lees-McRae leads Chowan. The Conference Carolinas Digital Network, powered by Huddle, is the official digital network of Conference Carolinas. The digital network features all the original live streaming programming from Conference Carolinas. The Conference Carolinas digital network is available online at conferencecarolinasdn.com, as well as on platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. Mobile devices including iPhone, iPad, and Android will also work with the default web browser. Learn more and start watching now on conferencecarolinasdn.com. Postseason underway. The regular season awards were handed out earlier today, right before this game and right after the previous game. You see some of the conference players of the year. There's a couple big names for this award ceremony. KJ Jones of Emmanuel, Elijah Cobb of UNC Pembroke. Here's Rob Burke of Chowan. You see the Braves of UNC Pembroke, once again the regular season champs. But hey, Drew Richards' squad still looking for that first conference tournament championship. Emmanuel also getting a trophy. Up there is the number 2 seed in the conference postseason. And we'll see. There's still one more trophy to be handed out at the end of all this, and that is the one that matters the most. We will head to another break. 42-36, Lees-McRae leads Chowan at the break. Second half action in just a bit on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Halftime winding down here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, on the beautiful campus of Wofford College. John Gross, Matt Stradley, thrilled to have you with us on this Friday afternoon. Our second quarterfinal matchup. Winner of this one will take on Emmanuel in the semifinals. tomorrow. All right, Matt, Lees-McRae leads it by 6 at halftime, and it has been a balanced offensive effort for Steve Harden's ball club.
Really has. The top scorer at 7 points. There are 6 players between 5 to 7 points across. You've got Golson and Smith leading the scoring with 7 points. Right behind him, Rogers at 6. Oniote's got 3, 2 for Florence, 2 for Ashley, which means 9 of the 10 players for Lees-McRae have scored.
And the Bobcats a late 3 by L.J. Rogers pacing them. And meanwhile, Chowan battles back from a 14-point deficit. They did take a lead, and they find themselves at halftime right back in this thing.
Askew playing well. Legassic got his shooting boots on after missing his first 3. Was now 3 of his next 4. That was a good closeout by Dollar. A better shot by Legassic. Some tough ball down low. Strong with Aaron Ross. Finished the half with 4 points. But Legassic's 14 really paced this Chowan offense.
Now the Hawks back within 2 possessions. Lees-McRae and Chowan do get it out here in the quarterfinals. And you look at some of the statistics in this half. The thing that really jumps out to me, it is rare to see a team plus 12 on the boards like Chowan is. They have 25 boards to 13 for Lees-McRae and be trailing at halftime by 6.
And the big reason by that is the shooting percentage. I mean, there's a sizable gap in the shooting percentage. 39% for Chowan. Lees-McRae is shooting 54%. It's rare that you see a team shoot 54% and it be a 2-possession game.
Absolutely. They're also shooting 8 of 13 from beyond the arc. Funny enough, the one area in which Lees-McRae has struggled offensively has been on the freebies. They're just 4 of 9 from the charity stripe. And at this time of the year, free throws can loom large, so we shall see what's in store for the final 20 minutes of this one. Lees-McRae, the 6th seed, the lowest remaining seed. It is interesting. In March, you rarely see straight chalk come the quarterfinals, but there were really no upsets to get to this point. You have 1 through 6 as the final 6 teams in the conference tournament.
Yeah, you're right. And you saw in game 1 a fantastic battle, but these are the battles. The Friday battles are where you see really teams that are so close in talent going at it, and then we add in the top 2 seeds tomorrow. And I think what you're going to see is the teams that have found confidence from their Friday wins taking on teams that have earned that day off. But Saturday's such a day of battles.
It is, and it's a long break, nearly 2 weeks off or so. It's a long time off. Opening possession, R.J. Wilson throws it away, and a turnover for Chowan. 7th turnover of the game committed by the Hawks. Back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since the 15-16 year for Chowan. The tied for the most wins in school history this season with 19, as Jones pulls the trigger from distance and keeps the 3-point shooting red hot for Lees-McRae.
Lees-McRae, if it's on this side of half court, green light. You saw L.J. Rogers hit one from East Greenville. We're in Spartanburg, man.
That was from way downtown. This is a team that on the season, 35% from distance. They are 9 of 14 from beyond the arc in this game.
Quick math has that at 64% if you round down, and I don't like to. Let's call it 65.
Let's do it. They deserve the extra percent, the way they've been shooting it. 10 of the timer. Stewart wants to join the party. Can't do so. Ashley the tap out into the hands of Legassic. The blow by, the flip, the finish.
You have to run him off the 3-point line. Legassic, nice hezzy, and then the take right there to the left hand. The contact, if you're going to get that bump, you have to get up and make sure that that ball doesn't get onto the glass. But what a move from Legassic.
16 points for the Aussie as he misses the free throw and gets the offensive rebounds. Davies catching fire. Rims out, loose ball foul goes against Chowan. That's R.J. Wilson tacked with a personal, his first, team's first.
And it looks like there's going to be a warning given to Chowan's bench.
Oh, and Lucky going over to the scorer's table, issuing that warning. Lees-McRae, the lowest seed left. An experienced team led by 8 seniors. Do they have enough in the tank to make a run? Strong start to this game so far. Deep three. Jones can't buy that one. Legasic another rebounds.
And a great closeout from Legasic. Comes close but doesn't get that contact. Oh.
What a bounce. Dalen Askew.
Front of the rim, very kind. A shooter's roll, they'll tell you.
Well, against UNC Pembroke, Chowan had one of the best bounces I've ever seen on a 3 by Legasic to tie the game and force overtime. So it's all bouncing their way right now. From the corner, here's Ashley catching fire. Long board to Legasic. Floats ahead. Askew underneath. Shot fake, lays it in.
That's a tough bucket.
Rob Burke asking for a whistle. Won't get it. But it's down to a 2-point ball game.
Looked like good defense to me, and Ashley right there looking to erase it. Ooh, what a take from Askew.
Whistle against Preston Legasic. His first, team second.
Nobody's really in foul trouble. A lot of people have 1 foul. There's only Gordon Jr. who has 2.
We've only seen 14 fouls in this game total through over a half of basketball. There's Florence, leading scorer on this team. Turns, puts it up, off the iron. Jones the rebounds. Smith has a matchup he likes. The blow by in Davies, strong off the window, lips out. Davies brings down board.
5 on 3 because they crashed in trying to get the steal.
Askew off in the 3 ball. Long rebound into the hands of Rodney Smith. His first season at Lees-McRae after transferring from Salem. Stewart down the lane. Stewart fouls.
I've got that as the first on Askew.
His first, team's third. So Jalen Stewart to the line. Stewart, 54% foul shooter. He is 1 of 2. He airballed his first today, then banked in the second. And this time meets those 2 in the middle.
In the middle, just over to the left.
Yeah. He's a guy who Steve Harden calls Mr. Social on campus. Said he's a very prominent figure at Lees-McRae. You were Mr. Social back in the day, Matt, right? You ran things up in Chapel Hill.
I don't remember those days. Those were a while ago. That was before social media, so it was easier to do fun things.
You tore things up on the hardwood, right?
I tore things up. We had some good pickup games in Fencer. We'd invite Julius Peppers.
Exactly.
You
told me some great stories playing against those guys. So Dollar down the lane. Oh, high flyer. Can't finish the lane.
It was a fantastic contest by Summers, and a brave one, I might add.
Davies spins off the window for 2 when we are level.
That's tough from Davies. He's got somebody swiping at him low, somebody big up top. And it's such a delicate balancing act to get in between the 2 of them. Big possession from Lees-McRae. Chowan on a 7-0 run. They've got to break it.
Dollar snaps it across. Here's Florence. Crossover. Pull up. Short. Loose ball foul. Heads down to Chowan.
I'm not so sure about that.
45's in the scoreboard. We enter the under 16 media timeout. Lees-McRae and Chowan all level on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Champions in Body, Mind, and Soul is about the development of the whole student athlete. In Conference Carolinas, we have a commitment to excellence in all aspects of the championship experience. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. 45-45, Mac, large part due to Chowan's defense, forcing Lees-McRae to just 1 of 8 to start this half.
Yeah, it's a big difference in the shooting. Sorry for pausing. I thought I was going to die.
Well, I just saw Shek Traore plow right at us.
Yeah, that's why I was sure I was going to die.
I would have been with you there, my friend.
I'm not going to win that collision.
No. And the scorers table would not prevent us from the impact. And Askew, big three as Chowan takes its largest lead of the game up by 3.
Askew's got 15, Legasic 16. And the 3-point lead trumps the 1-point lead from the end of the first half.
Next, Askew, the big 3. Smith attacks and Askew turns him away. Now look at Askew. You know who he reminds me a lot of?
Who's that?
Mikal Bridges.
I can see that.
All the way to the basket. Aaron Ross, an easy lay-in. 2-possession lead.
Ross was like, I'm not going to stop until you stop me. And nobody did.
14-3 edge in this second half for Chowan. Traore called for the reach-in. That's his second, team's 4th.
Stepped on a foot coming through. A little bit of a twist, but Traore looks like he's moving okay. He'll come out and have it looked at. Just a little tweak. He tried to play it off. He wanted to stay in.
As we talked before about the depth they have in the front court, this is where that depth is crucial. You bring in a guy like R.J. Wilson, second-team all-conference player. By the way, he is 4th nationally in double-doubles, R.J. Wilson with 14 this season. Jones, the blow-by, lays it in.
Smart trying to absorb just enough of that contact to count. Oh,
Ross
what a block.
Turned away. Florence collects the miss. Dollar. Spin. Spun himself out of his own shoes. R.J. Wilson fouled in the midline. Team foul number 3.
It's not a bad foul. Your transition, your defense is disorganized. You can pick one up there, get back, set yourself up. You don't want to get down by more than 3 to this Chowan team. Once they start putting it on, it doesn't really stop.
(14-5) edge in the second half for Chowan. What have you seen from them this half that's allowed them to find this success?
They're going against an unset defense. When you're playing against a defense that's scrambling, that's not matched up the way that they want to, it makes life a little bit easier. Once you get a couple of those buckets, the confidence comes. Askew starts knocking them down. Legasic keeps doing Legasic things on that and one. And you've got a Lees-McRae team that hasn't been able to put the ball in the basket in the last 6 minutes.
Lees-McRae just 2 of 10 from the field in the second half. Deep 3. They need this. Jones misses.
That shot's there all the time. Don't settle for that 3. Work it around. Find, Dollar on a cut. Find Ashley down low.
Open look. Wilson misses off the rebound. It is brought in by Ross. Turned away by L.J. Rogers. Florence glides inside, denied by Askew. And a foul as well.
The foul spotted on Florence. There's a lot of contact on the take, and when he tried to win it back, that's usually where the mistakes are, is when somebody makes a good defensive play against you and you try to make up for that, that's where the fouls happen.
You see Legasic make his way to the bench. He leads all scorers with 16. By the way, every single Chowan player who's played has scored. And all but one Lees-McRae player has scored. Jalen Crowder, the only Lees-McRae player who has entered the game without a basket.
He's only had 4 minutes to try to do it. Give him some more time.
Lees-McRae really prides itself on its depth.
If that's the case, you'll see their legs still about them in the last 6 minutes.
Askew. End of the shot clock. Askew inside, bumped. He will shoot 2.
Askew really good at trying to get that contact. Unlucky because and there's another warning.
Yep.
About a step outside of the coach's box.
And Sidney Dollar now holding back Steve Harden. Well, the line of demarcation has been drawn.
And both coaches have had that warning.
The next one will be a technical. And in a game like this, that can be the difference in a ball game.
It really can.
Askew, who Rob Burke calls the motor that makes us go, misses the second. Ashley
high above the rim to grab that board.
Oh, Ashley high above the rim on the other end as well.
That's a momentum shifter if you let it. If Lees-McRae can get a stop here, the Hawks will really need to dig in defensively. A big possession. Chowan would love to erase all that momentum.
Askew, wraparound feed, knocked away, punched into the hands of Aaron Ross, and sailed over the head of Askew. What a game we have brewing in the second half. Chowan leads it by 2. How about this alley-oop to bring us into the break?
Throw it high, dunk!
Back to the floor with Lees-McRae cheering squad.
Conference Carolinas is a rich tradition and roots that dates back to its initial inception on December 6, 1930. As institutions founded with a focus on faith, service, or both, we share common values and strive to attain excellence and virtue in all that we do. Our students are nationally recognized for their extraordinary success in the classroom, the community, and at the highest levels of NCAA competition. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. Out of the media timeout. What a ball game here in the quarterfinals. Winner advances to take on number 2 Emmanuel tomorrow. Down the lane, Smith. Oh, how did he sneak that one in at the whistle?
The wizard, because he made that ball disappear and reappear inside the net. That's a third on Traore. They ran an elevator screen for Golson early in the action, and Chowan read it and adjusted so well. And it was just a fantastic individual effort for Smith getting downhill. He had just a narrow window to get that ball even up on the glass. Then he needed English, math, and science to get it to go in.
And extra English.
Yeah. But he was doing angles, something about acute, I don't know.
Listen, we're broadcasters. We're not mathematicians. Evidently he is, though. But he does miss in the free throw. And Askew has the rebound. By the way, great catch by Andrew Baxley, who covers Southern Wesleyan. He's sitting right next to us. He pointed out that Askew switched sneakers at halftime. He's now wearing some Kobe Grinches.
Imagine having, hey man, I'm not feeling it today. Let me just switch to the Grinches.
It's a great look, one of the iconic basketball sneakers. RJ Wilson draws the foul. Jeremy Golson called for his first, team sixth. So Chowan will be in the bonus in the next foul. 11:13 to go in the half. So here is Wilson.
That's a gorgeous foul shot.
It is. Talented player. Rob Burke, glowing remarks about his redshirt senior. Calls him a very cerebral player who sees the game the same way that Coach Burke sees it.
May not be the worst thing in the world to be in the bonus against Chowan. They're shooting right at 68% on the season. I guess it's all on who you foul, right?
Absolutely. And capitalizing on those opportunities. Rogers. Through to nobody. Some miscommunication.
Felt like an important one to keep the Bobcats right there.
It did.
It's only their 7th turnover.
There's 15 combined turnovers in this one. It's been a pretty clean game so far in that regard as Davies works inside. Askew, straight on three. Bounces out, the stick in is there from R.J. Wilson.
Wilson just takes up the entire lane. Strong, confident putback.
Smith penetrates, denied. Keith Reese Jr. this one. Askew now, all the way for two.
Good job by Florence, letting him know he was there without fouling. Askew was going to make that bucket anyway. No need to give him a foul shot after.
Largest lead of the game for Chowan. The Hawks, the number 3 seed of this postseason. Smith shovels out to Golson, in trouble, and it's taken away. Davies back to Askew. And Wilson chucks it to Conference Commissioner Chris Colvin. There he is.
Solid hands.
Great catch, Commish.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take the shot if you're that open.
You do. And he's the commissioner.
Yeah,
If anybody can do it, it's him.
He's trying to get assists. I get it. He made the pass back to the official well, but take that shot, Commish. Come on.
He had an open look.
That's what I'm
Uncontested.
saying.
It's a
Too
deep
much
three.
space. You want the defense to respect you. That's how you stretch a defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being a little silly, but that was a good catch.
It was. So great to see Shaq Traore re-enter.
Not for Lees-McRae, though.
No.
You're glad to see he's okay, but it's not a good thing to see if you're a Lees-McRae fan that he's back on the floor. You want him to be okay on the sidelines.
As physical of players you'll find at this conference.
Oh,
my!
And no basket. They waved it off.
Wow. No bucket for Jalen Stewart. Goes against Davies. Let's look back.
Really? I don't know, man. It's still Lees-McRae ball. That's fine, but that's a tough call.
Stewart follows it. Third charm is the charm of that possession right there for Jalen Stewart.
Skylar Davies doing a good job playing that vertical defense. That's why the contact wasn't called, straight up and down. But what a strong take all the way from Stewart.
Askew. Lukasic, 16 points for the Australian sophomore. Makes his way inside. Too much off the window. Pinballs into the hands of Askew. He's hacked. We'll see if it's on the floor in the act of shooting.
It's a second on Smith.
It will be 2 free throws. Second on Smith, like you said. Also team foul number 7, but he was in the act of shooting, so 2 foul shots. Now Steve Harding looks on. We talked before about Rob Burke's father, the late, great, legendary Bob Burke. Well, Steve Harding's dad, also a legendary coach at the high school level back in Tennessee. His father, Tony, a longtime coach in Tennessee. Coaching often does run in families.
So there's a foul shot miss.
The referee's chatting about this now.
And now asking to check for something, and I guess it's not something that's reviewable. Trying to decipher and lip read a conversation across the gym when I'm wearing readers is just not what I was meant to do, John, if we're being honest with each other.
It's a challenge. Either way, ask you, hits on the second. Again, it was to foul the act of shooting. So he was given the 2 free throws. 5-point lead now for Chowan. Jones, driving dish. Here's Florence. Florence fouls in the baseline drive. And it was a bit of a bailout, 2-6 in the shot clock.
It was, but it was 2 officials that both saw the same thing from different angles, which anytime you see 2 referees at the same time and both of them are nodding at each other like, oh yeah, you saw it too, it's a pretty assured call.
So a 1-1 for Jaquavion Florence, his first season at Lees-McRae. Actually began his career at the D1 level. Was at Charleston Southern, averaged 10 points a game there in the Big South. Then made his way to Tallahassee Community College as a couple of bodies at the deck. Now at Lees-McRae.
Agneotti and Traore hitting the ground. Neither one of them seems mad at the other. The official came over to calm things down, found the situation to be fairly calm.
You like to see that.
He's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, I lost my footing. And they're like, oh, yeah, that'll happen. That's okay. All right. Everybody's like, you good? Everybody, oh, yeah, we're good.
It's honesty. It's good sportsmanship. That's what we're all about here at Conference Carolinas.
You love to see it. More importantly, yeah, you like to see the players just, like, healthy.
Couple big makes to the free throw line. 1 possession lead for Chowan. Wilson.
Oof, he has no right being that quick.
Finds the cutter. Gordon squares, misses. Offensive rebound, Traore.
He's quadruple teamed. Someone's got to be open. There were 4 yellow shirts around him. What a cross.
Gordon.
Oh, he's lost it, and it's tipped away by Lees-McRae. I thought he lost it out of bounds, but it makes more sense that it was tipped.
8 seconds of the shot clock after this break. 58-55. The Hawks lead the Bobcats on Conference Carolina's digital network. We've seen a great game so far, and one thing that is not a surprise, the play of Dalen Askew leads all scorers with 19.
19, 6 of 17 from the floor. 3 of 12 behind the three-point line, but every single one seems like it's going in. 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block. So he helps some guy fix a flat in the parking lot. He does everything.
Oh, man. It's inside. It's Wilson. The hook shot for 2, and it's a 5-point lead for the Hawks.
He uses that left shoulder to clear space, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. What a strong move.
Florence. No separation from Wilson, and he threw it away.
And that all comes down to Wilson's defense. Wilson stays home, he stays centered, he stays balanced. His balance against players that honestly should be faster than him, but they're not. And he stays so centered, so low, and he never overcommits one direction or the other.
Gordon up top. Here is Wilson. Ross now. Swing. Gordon from the corner. Bounces off. Offensive board. Traore muscles up and in.
There were bodies lying in the wake as Askew had hit the ground. As Stewart had hit the ground. Ashley had hit the ground.
A stick back attempt falls off the rim, but a foul. A couple of foul shots on the way for Sidney Dollar. Second on Wilson, team's 8th.
I think it was in the act of shooting. Should be 2 shots for Dollar.
Dollar just 45% from the free throw line. 1 of 3 today. He has 5 points, 5 rebounds. And doesn't get the bounce.
Any of them. There were 3 or 4 times he could have gotten a bounce. This is a Lees-McRae team that you either can shoot foul shots or you can't. There's nobody who's like, pretty good, like say low 60%. Like everybody's either like high 70s or like 50.
There are 80s too. I mean, you look at Golston 80%, 81% Jones, Smith 83. But there you see the free throw struggles for Sidney Dollar, and it stays a 7-point game. Chowan with its largest lead of the ball game. From the corner, Aaron Ross hops off, tapped out by Wilson, and Wilson called for the foul. That results in free throws.
And that was Ashley who took, I don't think the hitting of the ball was the problem, it was the follow-through, the contact on the follow-through. You can see Ashley lying on the ground in the wake of it. It's only the third.
Only his third. But free throws in the way with Lees-McRae in the bonus. 1-1 of the way for Nico Ashley, 68% free throw shooter. And there's a big make for Lees-McRae after a couple of misses. Matt, you start to look at this game coming out of the wire, and you look at the free throw line. Lees-McRae has missed 10 free throws, 7 of 17 from the stripe.
That's not good enough. It's not good enough. You can't leave 10 points on the line and expect to be in a close game against a team as good as Chowan, who has 2 players in Askew and Legasic who are having fantastic games. And we haven't even talked about Wilson, one of my favorite players in Conference Carolinas.
8 points, 9 rebounds for Wilson. A bucket and a board away from his 15th double-double of the season. He has 14th, which is tied for 4th nationally in double-doubles. Also tied for the most in Chowan history. Davies, the back end. Davies gets the roll.
That's a tough take. Saw the matchup they wanted. Saw Crowder back them down.
Smith turns on the Jets. Goes to work on Gordon. Over the shoulder. Off the front iron. Long rebound. Picked up by Smith. Great hustle.
Smith saw the ball loose. Went to the floor. First to the ground. Got the loose ball.
Ashley spins. Into the hands of Jones. Time winding down. Drive and dish. Dollar. Corner pop. That doesn't fall. And Traore, a much-needed rebound.
That's a shot that needs to go for Lees-McRae. It's a different story. 5-15, 4-point game. 5-15, 7-point game. It's a different feel.
Askew gets the switch. Askew attacks, has it jarred loose. Askew off the mark. Ashley skies for the rebound.
That was good job by Ashley, who made a great contest and then got back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Nico Ashley glides for the and one.
The body control by Ashley is absurd. He gets the contact, brings the ball down, back up, little English, spins it in. Look at this, just, and made it all look smooth. None of that was easy. He made it look easy.
I would love to see a Conference Carolinas dunk contest. We talked about this earlier today. Jake Zinder, head coach of Francis Marion, said he thinks Marlo Gilmore will win the 2024 college dunk contest. I think we should throw Nico Ashley in that mix as well.
I want to see, now I am invested in creating a Conference Carolinas dunk contest.
Let's do it.
It's the first time they've trapped in nearly a half.
And it's a team that loves to press, but Steve Harden said it doesn't necessarily have to be our identity. We love to disrupt, deny, deflect. It's the 3 Ds. Ross attacks.
Yeah,
Ross is hacked, and he'll shoot 2.
It's a good, solid foul. Going for the ball, but it's also a no-doubter. That one's going to put Ross on the line.
It's against Dollar. Only his first foul. Team's 8th. 2 foul shots coming for Aaron Ross. First-year player at Chowan, follows stint at JUCO Powerhouse in Davidson-Davie. A couple of transfers from Davidson-Davie, one of the premier JUCOs. Burke looks on. Ross garnered the nickname 94 feet from his Davidson-Davie head coach Matt Ridge due to his intensity. We've seen that. His free throws make it a 6-point game. LJ Rogers slices, kicks, Golson, catch and shoot. Too strong. On the weak side, Ross brings in the rebounds. Davies attacks and fouls.
They got the initial play they wanted as Lees-McRae. They wanted to get their three-point shooter in the corner, hitting that 3. Chowan just so quick to the other end.
Down to the wire. Final 4 minutes. Still anybody's ball game. A semifinal spot on the line after this. Well, it was smooth sailing early for Lees-McRae, but Matt, this game has really changed since the latter portion of the first half. And throughout the second half, Steve Harden's squad now trailing by 6, having to regroup. What does Lees-McRae have to do down the stretch to come out of here with an upset win?
Patience. I know it sounds crazy because there's only 4 minutes left in the game, but they're going to get 26-foot shots all day. Work the ball in. Get Ashley involved, inside out. Find Stewart cutting. Find Dollar cutting. Timon Jones can knock down a 3. Let this team play, but it's a team that needs to play, for right now, inside out. And they need to figure out a way to get their three-point shooter, Golson, involved.
Davies splits of the free throw, so a 7-point lead for Chowan, matching its largest lead of the game. Winner will play number 2 Emmanuel tomorrow. Jones. Up top for Stewart. Spins, floats, and finishes.
It's a strong play from Stewart. Felt the contact on the back, got the floater to go.
Bucket goes for Stewart. Look at this. Whoop. And that will bring us to a final media timeout. 5-point ball game. 3:30 left in the second half. Chowan finds itself at the doorstep of a semifinal appearance. Rob Burke, we talked about the turnaround that he's orchestrated in his short stint so far as leader of this program. What do they have to do over the final 3:30 to advance to the semifinal?
I mean, honestly, just tighten up. Stay tight. Treat each possession as if it is that last possession, you know. Be smart with the ball. No turnovers. You don't want to give the other team the option of having that momentum switch.
There's Legasic. Locates Wilson. Backs inside. On Ashley. Double comes. Legasic. Wheels around, baseline feed, Davies short from the corner, and Gordon, the shortest player on the floor, the offensive rebound. Askew. Here is Gordon, one more for Davies. Left it short, tapped around, Dollar collects the miss. Stewart pushes, nobody back, Stewart off the window and in.
If you're Chowan, that's not what you need to give up transition buckets. Get back, stop the ball.
Gordon, dump off, Wilson is fouled. He will shoot 2.
I think Wilson, I think you have to make that foul if you're Lees-McRae. Because that's a bucket for Wilson. At least make him earn it, right?
No doubt.
I'm thinking about it because, like, you've burned all of your bonus on two-shot fouls, right?
Right.
Not ideal, especially if you're hoping to generate a couple of possessions, which, I mean, Chowan's taken 12 more shots than Lees-McRae. That's a crazy number.
Well, that's due to the offensive rebounding. 20 offensive boards for Chowan, just 7 for Lees-McRae. And Chowan is now plus 19 to the boards overall. Jones. Here is Stewart. Approaching the final 2 minutes. Stewart inside. Stewart! And the foul!
And that all comes down to that contact when Stewart goes into the body of Davies. You have to be strong enough to stay up and down. Watch when the contact occurs right here. The arms come down. That's where the contact with the elbow happens. You got to be strong enough to go straight up and down through that contact.
Well, this has been the challenge. Free throws. Stewart is 1 of 4. As a team, Lees-McRae 9 of 19. They trail it by 3. He was short, and Stewart nearly secured the miss. Well done by Gordon.
Smart.
Legasic into the contact, and Stewart not happy about it.
And he can throw his hands up, and I get it, but watch as he's trying to contest, his body's moving into the line that the driver wants. If you're going to make that contest, it has to legitimately be straight up and down, in which case you're not bothering Legasic in any way, shape, or form.
Legasic calmly sinks the first. By the way, that is the 4th foul against Stewart.
And Stewart's been the offensive spark in the second half. He's been the one that's kept it close.
Legasic, a couple of confident free throws, up to 18 points, back to a 5-point lead for Chowan. Smith. Bounce pass, Dollar bobbles it. Legasic. Ross for 2.
It's a big transition bucket for Chowan. 7 points feels a lot better with 90 seconds left.
3 possession deficit now for Lees-McRae with the basketball. Stewart spins through traffic. Stewart can't finish in the floater. And Ross collects the rebound. He pushes. His feet intercepted. Probably didn't need to push the tempo there. And Rogers gives it right back, but a whistle. Eric Gordon called for the reach-in foul. 2 free throws for Lees-McRae.
Crowd's not sure about that call. Because that would have been about the game, wouldn't it have been?
It would have. This opens the door for L.J. Rogers, who you talked before about how this team is really hit or miss from the charity stripe. Yeah. He's hit. He's 89% from the line this season.
But he doesn't shoot a lot.
No.
I mean, he's, 28 shots on the season?
Makes it a 2-possession game.
Rogers' game doesn't really report itself to getting to the line a lot. That's not really what he's about.
No, mainly a shooter. And Stewart comes off, replaced by Ashley. Remember, Stewart with 4 fouls. The second one is off the mark. Final minute. 6-point Chowan lead. Oh, a lot of contact.
Oh, he got a foul before the offensive foul. The offensive foul was there, but it was the defensive contact that was the first call. And I think he's got it just right. Watch the defense right here. That's the foul and the push out after. He brings his body into the offensive player. And also, if the offensive player tries to protect by throwing that arm out. Might have been a bit of an embellishment on the slide. Who's to say?
So Askew to the line. He's 4 of 6 from the stripe today. 79% of the season. Jeremy Golson back on. He is the 3-point shooter for this team.
75% from the line, 15 of 20 for Chowan.
It's the second.
And that's the difference in the game.
It is. That's it. That and rebounding. Those are the two big differences. And a timeout taken. 8-point lead, 57 seconds left. So, all right, if you're Lees-McRae, you're down by 8 now. 57 seconds left. Do you need a 3 at this point?
Absolutely you do. Yeah, you needed a 3 last possession. You need a 3, and I don't think you have time for a stop. I think you have to foul, but I think you have to foul smart because you've got 6 of 8 in Askew, 3 of 5 for Legasic, 1 of 2 for Davies. Wilson's perfect. Ross is perfect. I mean, put somebody on the line. I put Askew on the line. He's played 36 minutes. Maybe he's tired. Maybe.
That's
what we're hoping for.
The maybe is carrying a lot of weight there. He is a
maybe is doing a lot of work in that sentence. You're right.
And he has had an outstanding game once again.
I want to see if he can get 25. Put him on the line.
He's at 21 right now. He set the Chowan single-season D2 scoring record, scoring average, and field goals made in the season. This is a guy who has really helped the resurgence of this once very proud program. Rob Burke leading the way, and the job that he's done to have his team 2 years ago, his first season, they won 8 games, Matt. Now, 57 seconds away from a Conference Carolina semifinal appearance.
And they look like a full team. They look like a well-rounded team. You got Legasic, who, let's talk about Legasic real quick, all right? Predominant force in the first half, 16 of his 18 points coming before the halftime break. Legasic has locked down Jeremy Golson in the second half. Golson is a fantastic three-point shooter. Every time he's come off the bench, Legasic's right there on his hip. What's that? Oh, that's just Legasic again. Did you hear something? Oh, it's Legasic.
He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, a must-score possession for Lees-McRae. Golson. Stewart. Down the lane. Stewart off the window. Rattles in. Timeout, Steve Harden.
If I'm the Hawks, every time Stewart touches the ball, I'm putting him on the line.
I'm with you. He struggles. He's just 1 of 5 from the charity stripe. And when you don't foul him, he does things like that. 15 points if you look back at this last take.
You know, I take that back because it's an 8-point game, and you'll take the seconds over putting him on the line.
That's true.
Take the time. You know, and, on further reflection, don't give him the chance at an and one. Play solid defense. Try to slow him down. Take all the time off you can. It's still a 2-possession game, even if he does hit that tough layup. I've rethought my position. I think head coach Rob Burke probably right.
There's a bucket there from Stewart, and we'll see how Rob Burke handles his final stretch. 45.8 to go. This is a Lees-McRae team that is 3rd nationally in steals per game. They could use a couple of those right now. Legasic
settle for
inbounds.
1. Yeah. Oof.
Legasic in some trouble, and it is taken away. Rogers finds Dollar, lays it in.
It's almost like you willed that to happen with the way that you were talking about Lees-McRae and where they rank nationally in steals.
Hey, the numbers don't lie, my friend. 3rd nationally in steals per game for a reason. And it's down to a 4-point game. They stretch this out to a full timeout. By the way, no timeouts left for Steve Harden after that last timeout. So 35.7, down by 4. Same strategy, Matt. You're going for a steal in the backcourt before fouling?
2,000%. They've got to get across the half-court line before I'm willing to foul because the players on the court for Chowan are fantastic free throw shooters. At least higher than 70%.
Jalen Stewart has willed his team back into this game. 15 points for Stewart, who has just been so good at getting downhill today, Matt.
And he's been able to get into the lane, and he's not the tallest player in the lane, but he's got some very, very solid low post moves. He's strong enough to finish through contact. He's able to get a step on some of the bigger players. he's using his skills to his advantage. And he's got Lees-McRae with a little bit of momentum. Still quite the hill to climb. Down 4, 35 seconds left. You've seen crazier things happen, but you don't see crazier things happen often.
That is for sure. But if you were to see something crazy happen, it would happen in March.
I'd be down for it. I mean, I've got the time and the inclination. I don't care what crazy thing it is. Maybe it could be a 24-0 run.
We saw that last game.
Oh, well then I guess we've seen our crazy thing for the day, haven't we?
We saw that. That was pretty wild. Well, here we go. 35.7 left. Ross is fouled. 72% foul shooter to the line.
That was a smart foul because if Chowan looks up, it's a 3-on-none break if they pitch the ball forward.
And they make him earn it here. Fourth personal foul against Smith. Both teams in the double bonus. So 2 foul shots for Aaron Ross.
Well, Traore has 15 rebounds. Wilson a rebound away from a double-double.
That would be his 15th double-double this season. But right now, all eyes on Ross. Splits the pair. Big hit from the free throw line for Aaron Ross. Into double figures for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Really finding his stride late in this season. Lees-McRae down 5. Stewart attacks. Stewart using the window. He cannot be stopped. Legasic fouls with 27.1.
It's going to be whistled on Smith.
That's his 5th. So Rodney Smith has fouled out of the ball game.
Boy, for such a clean first half, we've seen some fouls in the second, haven't we?
And these fouls have added up. We had 11 total fouls in the first half. Both of these teams individually have more than that in the second half. Of course, some of them have been these fouls late to force Chowan to the free throw line.
Not that many, though.
No, not that many at all.
Not that many.
So 2 free throws for Legasic. That's the big one to make it a 2-possession game.
1 away from 20. 26, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Oh,
misses the second. And Jones has the rebounds. Jones nearly lost it and a whistle.
Oof. You got Jones going to the line. I mean, he's one of the feast in the feast or famine debate. He shoots 82% from the free throw line. 21 seconds left. If you make 2, it's a 2-point game. Go for the steal, make the foul. Sure.
Jones calmly sings it. He is, as Steve Harden calls him, the heartbeat of this team. 3rd-year starter in his 5th season at Lees-McRae. 1,000-point scorer. One of the biggest moments of his career right here. Missed the second. Askew has the rebounds. 1-possession game, and he is fouled.
They're able to pull some time off the clock. I don't know that you fouled there, believe it or not. This is going to be a crazy thing I'm about to say. You are 7 seconds deep into a 10-second count when you make that foul. Because there were 24 seconds left. Now there's 17. They had 3 seconds to get it across the half-court line. Wall up for that last 3 seconds.
2 shots for Askew. Misses.
Listen.
This is the big one, my friend.
Listen. I think you miss or make. You know what? If he makes it, clearly you got to go down and hit a 3. If he misses it, take a quick 2 and foul again?
Askew missed them both. Loose ball foul, and it's free throws in the way for Lees-McRae as Dollars on the deck. And Dollar will be shooting foul shots. The 45% free throw shooter to the line. And he is slow to his feet.
Yeah, he hit the ground pretty hard, but you imagine. Take a look on the right side. Oof.
Oh. So Wilson calls for the foul. That's his third.
He's pointing at a spot just above his right eye, right on the eyebrow. And he is going to get up under his own power.
And Sidney Dollar, after getting checked on, he will have to come off the floor because the athletic trainer made his way onto the court. So Jalen Stewart, the one selected to take these free throws. 54% foul shooter. He's just 1 of 5 from the line today. They only have 4 players in the court now. There's the 5th.
There's a lot of time between that foul and these shots. That was pure. That looked good.
Jaquavion Florence checks back on, replaces Golson.
Listen, if we're about to see a 1-point game.
Yes, we are. Jalen Stewart was 1 of 5 from the stripe. He hits 2 clutch free throws in one of the biggest moments of his college career. It is a 1-point game, Matt Stradley.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? It's Conference Carolina's championship weekend. Of course it is. Let's just take a moment. Jalen Stewart gets selected to take the free throws. Not by his team. Right? Because the Dollar was hurt.
Injured free throw shooter.
Anybody on the court that the opposing team chooses can shoot those shots, right? He didn't get chosen. He got chosen because they thought he was going to miss. But I think that got into his head, and he's like, you know what? Watch this. Because those are 2 solid foul shots.
What a second half he's had. 19 points for the game for Stewart, now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe. It is a 1-point game. Winner.
You got to go for the instant steal and then foul. You don't have any time to waste.
Both teams the double bonus. 1 timeout left for Rob Burke of Chowan. Winner moves on to the semifinals tomorrow against Emmanuel. Oh, knocked away by Timon Jones.
They're going to run essentially the same play. They're going to sprint Davies short.
And this actually is an even tougher spot to inbounds from. This is the worst spot of the court to have to pass the ball in from.
They're going to use Ross as sort of the pivot.
Down to Davies, and he's fouled right away by Stewart. And that is his 5th. Jalen Stewart has fouled out.
And that was the move. That was the play. Davies was out wide, sprinting to the ball. And you see Stewart.
I just realized that. Yeah. Oh, what a tough break. The guy who has willed his team back into this one. The senior hoping this game isn't the end of the run. What a performance he's had. He's replaced by Golson. So Davies to the free throw line. The 64% foul shooter is 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. The second banked free throw we've seen.
He banked that in. Okay.
Second one in.
I love everything about this game, man. I think you got to take the 3 here. Horn to set.
Golson. Hands to Rogers. Jones for the tie. No good. Rebounded by Wilson, and he's fouled.
That should just about do it. One free throw will do it. 0.8 of a second. Unless something silly happens, Chowan's done just about enough to get through to the semifinals. Wasn't off by much. A little strong. Used the glass. They're going to go back and check to see how much time should be on the clock.
And that's big. That being said, no timeouts left for Lees-McRae, and obviously you can't advance the ball anyway in men's college basketball.
You got Wilson going to the line, and he'd have to miss 2. I mean, they're not off by much. Maybe 0.2 of a second?
Maybe.
I think they got it just about right.
Yeah, you're right. 0.2 of a second. 1 second is what they put in the clock. Now, that being said, if they miss both, 1 second is enough to get the rebound and chuck it, but that's it. You need a full court heave.
But you got to miss 2.
Yes. So R.J. Wilson to the line. 2 foul shots for the redshirt senior. Young man who started his career at Appalachian State, now in his 3rd season at Chowan. He's put together a historic season. Needs 1 to send his team to the semifinals.
That's it. What a cool, calm, and collected shot. Wilson's been my player of the match. I mean, 11 points, make it 12, 10 boards, double-double. He's been the difference maker.
Inbound, Rogers, half-court heave, off the iron, and the Hawks of Chowan. The turnaround season continues on. Semifinals tomorrow against number 2 Emmanuel. 81-76 the final. Matt Stradley, we've seen 2 games. Both have come down to last-second three-point opportunities to tie. A couple of epic games into this one. Chowan comes out on top.
8 total points in the games today. 3 in the first, 5 in the second. Askew 21 points. Legasic 19, 17 in the first half. When Chowan was struggling, he really kept them in it. Double-double for Wilson, including 2 ice-cold free throws, 12 and 10. The double-double machine rolls on. Ross with 11. What a fantastic job by Chowan, persevering through a strong Lees-McRae Open.
Another thrilling game. Congratulations to Chowan. Also congratulations to Lees-McRae on a fantastic season. That'll do it for coverage of the men's championship today. The women's championship will begin later this evening. You can catch all the action right here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. So for our entire crew, my broadcast partner Matt Stradley, I'm John Gross saying so long from Spartanburg, South Carolina. We'll talk to you later on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.